Composition of two functions, basic. We've looked previously at the idea of function composition. We took the composition of f of x and g of x, and we wrote it as f of g of x, and we used that to calculate the value of a composition of functions. We've also looked at the composition of g of x and f of x, noticing that the order that you state the two functions matters. Now, just like we have with addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, it's going to be useful to think of the composition of two functions as a new function in its own right. In order to do that, we need notation for this new operation. And the notation that mathematicians use is a small centered circle. For reasons that are well beyond the scope of this course, it turns out that a lot of the properties of function composition are similar to multiplication. So we wanted a symbol that looks kind of like multiplication, but slightly different. So instead of the centered dot, we decided to go with the centered open circle. So we read this as f composed with g of x, and we evaluate it as f of g of x. So if I have a couple of functions, say f of x equals 3x plus 5, and g of x equals 2x minus 4, and I want to write an expression for f composed with g of x, I know that f composed with g of x means f of g of x, and I know that g of x is 2x minus 4. So this is really telling me that I want to take my expression f of x and I want to replace x with 2x minus 4. And I can do that. Replace the x with 2x minus 4 and simplify from there. Distribute. And combine some like terms. I get that f composed with g of x is 6x minus 7. And of course, from here, if I want to evaluate this new function at a particular point, I now have an expression for the new function. I can simply plug that expression in, or plug that value into the expression and go through the calculations from there. So this composition is a new operation. It only exists on functions. And by being able to think about the composition of functions, again, it opens up some great new possibilities in the way we analyze algebra.